Now we've gone through the Ascend check-in sequence and everything that makes up, let's go through how to do your Zoom check-in properly. Because these Zoom check-ins are kind of like our key time for creating accountability with our clients, building trust, answering their questions, and creating that personal relationship. So let's go through exactly how to do this step by step so we can deliver the best consultations to our clients and get the best outcomes. So before the call, prepare. A minute of preparation is worth an hour of improvisation. Okay, so take a few minutes to go through it and make some notes before you have the call. This is going to make the call so much more efficient. And that's a mistake I've made in the past where I've just jumped on without having any preparation and you look like an idiot most of the time. So what you want to do is look at the client's check-in data, workout logs, any notes, okay? And try and identify or pre-identify any areas where they may need help. You will also have this in your communication with the client via your text messages with them. So that if they're struggling with protein, literally go into the call saying, hey, so what questions around protein do you have? I actually put in my booking link that people have to answer questions for it to work on what they want to cover, just in case I can't find anything, and to then also prepare for it. Because once you're prepared for it, it's so much easier. Now, identify the key points, done that nice and simple, and then have a structure for your call. So the first, a couple of minutes, quick recap, 5 minutes for addressing questions and challenges, and then finally finish off with setting action steps and next week's focus. If you follow that structure every time, it gives your clients an element of predictability. And when they have predictability predicates trust. That's a very cool word. Now, with sign check-in, a lot of people get advice saying be more charismatic, be more interesting. We're going to give you some actual ways to do that, okay? It's really important to do that. So warm, welcoming, smile, be positive. Hey, Paul, how you doing, man? It's awesome to see you, man. How's training? How's everything? So greet the client by their name and be really friendly. It's okay. It's okay to be friendly. Don't be like, what's up? All right, go Zoom call. Actually be excited to be there, or at least pretend to be excited. Because if you fake it enough, you'll eventually make it. But clients will know if you don't want to do a Zoom call. Okay, so get yourself in the right state, and pre-checking allows you to do that. Encourage openness. Okay, is there anything specific yet you want to go over today? The more open you can be, is the better it's going to be with that particular client, because you want to have that open dialogue. Open dialogue to build trust, and then celebrate wins. So if you've already noticed that, then you can go over it. Okay, if you notice the wins they had, guess what? Fantastic. Point them out and actually make the client recognize that you've seen what they've done. Oh, too far. Now, reviewing progress and answering questions. Summarize what they had. So, hey, Paul, I noticed you hit the gym 4 times this week. Awesome stuff. Oh, you made it twice. What happened? Okay. And that's a really good thing to do. So prepare what you have. So in Kahunas, with our check-in app, we have the ability to see how many workouts they did, see how many days of nutrition they logged, see how many habits they've logged, see where their check-in is. So with all that, okay, you can check all that before, and it only takes you like 30 seconds to check each one. When you've done that, you can basically summarize the progress and also look over the achievements. It's going to be far more professional. Now from there, you can then answer their questions and what they're struggling with, okay? So any problems with any exercises? Cool. Do you have any problem with the nutrition stuff? How are you feeling? How's your motivation? And then the last few minutes, action steps and next week's focus. So if they've done, basically recap the key takeaways and set some actionable goals. This is the way that I like to look at it. If they've done really well and everything's been on point, they've had a high degree of adherence, what I would like to do is go, all right, cool. We've got some new tasks to bring into your program. Are you ready for them? Or if I haven't struggled, I'd really like you to focus on getting these goals done this week. And then if we can do that, then we can move on to something else. Does that sound reasonable? Okay. They're the 2 best approaches to have. If someone's really struggling with a goal, you can say, I can see that you're struggling a little bit with this goal. Is there something that we can do differently that will work out better for you? For a lot of people, they may need to change. And that comes down to stages of change, which we'll talk about in other modules. But realistically, what we want to do, okay, is make sure we either give them something new when they've achieved it, or improve their adherence to something that they haven't done. They're the 2 main priorities. Priority number 3 is to change it if necessary. And then finally, end the check-in with some encouragement and confidence. So let them know that you believe in them, because a lot of people don't feel like anyone believes in them. From there, encourage follow-up. So if you have any questions, let me know via the app anytime. Happy to answer your questions anytime. And then say, just want to check, are we speaking again at 9:30 next Friday? Let me know. Easy. Then after the call, document the key points, send a brief summary, prepare for next week. So take 5 to 15 minutes post-call to do this. It will save you a ton of time. If you're doing Zoom, it will send you a summary after the call anyway, if you have that section set up. really easy because the AI listens to what you say and then basically gives you exactly what you said you would do, which is a really fantastic tool to have. If not, just document it yourself and write it down while it's going. That's something that I do all the time. I write down notes and open up my phone and go to my notes and write stuff when I'm talking to a client. And I'll just let them know, I just want to write that down so we don't forget that. People do appreciate when you do that. So a couple of other tips. Stay focused. You've only got limited time. So don't be going on rants and don't go in things off topic and steer it back. Be positive and supportive. Be patient and listen actively. So about asking a question, don't be like, come on, hurry up, and don't interrupt. Don't overload. Go to actionable and relevant. It's important to have a complete protein source because if the amino acid sequence is incorrect, you're not going to have optimal levels of muscle protein synthesis. So what this is when your muscle protein synthesis exceeds your muscle protein breakdown, which puts you in a net positive nitrogen balance, which means you're anabolic. That means nothing to your clients. We want to have mainly animal-based proteins, or we're having plant-based proteins, combine a rice with a seed, so we get complete amino acids for the best gains. Much better way to put it. And then always celebrate small wins. Such a thing that a lot of people don't do. If the client leaves on a high, they're going to have a much better perception of their experience with your personal training business.